streaming live, tackling the topics everyone's talking about online. Share, engage, interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
A good Thursday afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us for Newsfeed Now. I'm Mallory Brooks. The House is moving ahead with the impeachment process against President Trump. The House Judiciary Committee is in the midst of a two-day debate prior to its vote on the impeachment of President Trump. John Lawrence reports.
And so it begins.
Two articles charge President Trump with placing his private political interests above our national security, above our free and fair elections, and above our ability to hold public officials accountable.
Democrats introduced two articles of impeachment against the president, saying he should be removed from office for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
If we allow this president to put himself above the law, we allow all future presidents to be above the law.
Republicans have called this process a political vendetta against the president.
This is about one basic fact. The Democrats have never accepted the will of the American people.
I've sat through trials that were hard to sit through, but nothing like sitting this week in this committee hearing.
Once the back and forth is done, the committee will take a final vote. If they are approved, the entire House then votes on the impeachment articles. Then it moves to the Senate for a trial. While Democrats have the majority in the House,
I believe the president abused the power of his office.
The GOP has it in the Senate.
Impeachment is their passion, their drug, their all-consuming ambition and obsession.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And we want to bring in Kelly Meyer now, who is live in Washington. Kelly, thank you for joining us today. Talk about the importance of this week.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, we are inside the Capitol building right now, and we're talking with actually Democrats in the House as another bill, H.R. 3, lowering drug cost bill, is going through. But we're asking them about impeachment and how they plan to vote, and some of them just haven't decided yet. And that's some House. Oh, can you got me there?
Yeah, sorry about that. We're here.
Okay, gotcha. So, you know, it's interesting hearing from even some Democrats about them saying they're just not sure how they're going to vote because of how it may impact the district and then trying to represent their constituency. We had two Democrats here that they just said, you know, we don't have any updates for you. We're waiting to see what else comes up, what else is put into these measures. So it's interesting to see how they don't have some news to tell us on that.
It is a big day on Capitol Hill. We sure appreciate you so much for taking your time, explaining everything that's happening. I know it's a busy day for you as well. So, Kelly, thank you so much joining us live in D.C. Now to a story out of Tennessee, where sales of a University of Tennessee t-shirt designed by a fourth grade boy in Florida have raised nearly $1 million for an anti-bullying nonprofit. By now you've seen and heard the story behind the shirt. The Florida Vol fan created a homemade shirt to show his love, or a Vol fan, rather, to show his love for the Vols, and his story went viral. The university's Vol shop offered to print the boy's design for him as a gesture of appreciation. The boy and his family requested that proceeds from the shirt be donated to an organization dedicated to the prevention of bullying. And we want to bring in Bree Teeley now from Nashville, covering this very sweet story. Hey, Bree.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us today for Newsfeed Now. I know it's a busy day for everybody. We're getting ready for the holidays. Talk about this sweet story in the shirt and just how many people it's impacted.
Well, Vols Nation certainly does not disappoint. I mean, they answered the call. This was a limited edition shirt.
Are you there, Kel? I think we lost you for a second, Bree. Sorry about that. Now we have you back. There you are. Yeah, it's a limited edition shirt, you said, and just the power and the amount of people it's touched. Kind of touch on that.
Yeah, so it was only for sale for 3 months, and I know people are feeling left out. They want this shirt. They want it to go back on sale again because it's had such an impact. But over 100,000 people bought it in its 3 months time that it was for sale, it's raised just under $1 million for Stomp Out Bullying. And I mean, this is really, the power of the internet, using the internet for good. Balls Nation rose to the challenge. They do not disappoint. And, this has changed this little kid's life. And it's, changed a lot of kids' lives who may get bullied. UT also offered him a full ride scholarship. So the university has really just gone above and beyond for this sweet boy.
Such a sweet, feel-good story and impacting so many people. This sweet boy has flown under the radar during all of this. How much must this mean to him, though, to see the impact it's making?
You know what? I have been checking out his mom's posts on Facebook. She updates every now and again, and she says that they are just overcome with emotions, knowing that the country is really banded together to support her son. And at first, the creation of the shirt was a total surprise to him. The mom knew, but she surprised him with it, and with a package that got sent to him specially from UT. So I can't even imagine, how touched this kid is. I think he went from zero to the hero, at his school. He has gained nationwide notoriety. So
Absolutely.
Pretty
amazing. And I love that you talked about his mom is sharing all of this and we're getting to hear from her. That's absolutely the best. That is right. Zero to a hero. I absolutely love that. Bree, thank you so much for taking the time for us here on Newsfeed Now. We hope you have a great afternoon. Now to the state of Oklahoma, where a man was caught on surveillance cameras breaking into a medical marijuana dispensary in Oklahoma and then attacking the police officer who responded. Jessica Bruno has the video and story.
The suspect in this case kicked his way through several doors. First, this front glass sliding door here, and then the door to the main room where all of the product is at. But it was actually inside of a safe at the time behind this door, which, as you can see, he kicked right off the hinges.
And when the lights go off, it's pitch black dark. You can't see nothing.
But that didn't stop this guy from making himself right at home after hours at the Good Old Boys dispensary in Tecumseh.
Immediately come in and started hitting cabinets trying to break things.
Not really getting anywhere. He makes his way toward this door, really does a number on it, and discovered the store's safe, holding the bulk of their product.
The alarm was a silent alarm, so it was going off.
Then in comes this officer.
Basically, the officer's flashlight was the only light that he had. Pretty scary situation to enter.
Once the suspect sees the officer,
turned around, he tried to go out this back door and got thrown on his butt pretty heavily.
When the officer approaches him, you see a pretty civil encounter at first, and then a heated scuffle. Owner Blake Nadeau watching it all unfold on his phone.
So I'm telling my girlfriend as we're driving over, call him, tell him that they're in a scuffle so he don't get hurt.
Before backup could arrive, the perp pushing the officer to the ground and running out, leading to a manhunt. Ultimately, police taking 19-year-old Jacob Melendez into custody the next day.
We're lucky for Tecumseh Police that they showed up and willing to fight the guy, to help save our stuff.
And again, that story out of Oklahoma. Melendez has been charged with second-degree burglary, assault, and battery on a police officer and escaping a lawful arrest and destruction of property. Now to an unexpected call from the police chief is usually not considered to be good news, but for more than 24 Dade City, Florida residents, it was a holiday miracle Monday. Victoria Price explains.
With Patricia, please.
This is her.
Hi, Patricia. My name's James Walters. I'm the police chief in Dade City. How are you?
These phone calls.
I understand you have some layaway items at Walmart.
Go far beyond the call of duty.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. In fact, everything's good.
For Dade City Police Chief James Walters, it was time to serve and protect the holidays.
I understand you have some layaway items at Walmart in Dade City.
Let's get him off the phone. Yes.
Well, we're going to pay that off for you and your family today.
He made his list and he checked it twice, calling 26 people who were out of time to pay for their layaway items.
Oh my God. You're serious?
I am serious, yes ma'am.
The relief in some of their faces, because if they had the means, they would have paid it off already.
In total, $4,300 worth of gifts paid off, all thanks to anonymous donations to the police department. A gift just as rewarding to give as to receive.
That's good stuff.
Such a sweet story. That was Victoria Price reporting. This marks the second year that Dade City Police have been able to help those in need in their community. The layaway purchases were paid for through anonymous donations to the police department's foundation. And before we go this afternoon, if caffeine is what you need to get going, Pepsi has you covered. Listen to this. Pepsi's new drink has twice as much caffeine as a regular Pepsi. It is called Pepsi Cafe. The drink is a coffee-infused cola. It also comes in vanilla. It will hit stores in the U.S. in April. Pepsi representatives say cola sales have been flat for the last 2 decades, and they also said consumers are looking for drinks that are functional, meaning they provide some nutritional benefits or energy. Boy, I think we all could use some of that around the holidays with so much to do. Steve, would you try it?
Yeah.
I know you like 5-hour energy. Would you replace it with that?
If it can give me 6 hours instead of 5.
If it can give you 6 hours instead of 5. That's what we're looking for. 6 hours instead of 5. Steve will make it happen. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon.